Hey everybody, welcome to round two. I am the bee's knee,
Broseph?
and this is going to be our second episode. You'll notice a few changes to the overlay. We're kind of tinkering with that as we go along, kind of figuring out what works, what doesn't. We like to share videos and pictures, screenshots sometimes on the that big screen you'll see there. I'm sure at least once this show. So just bear with us as we kind of go through our growing pains.
And we're kind of like developing a logo and style at the same time. But right now it's pretty much just me doing it, and I don't know. So,
So we will get there.
yes.
Slow and steady wins the race. Um, so anyway, last time we opened up with Game of Thrones, and I would like to open up with Game of Thrones
Nice.
in that I have another theory, and my theory is that we should probably not talk about Game of Thrones until it
Absolutely.
starts again.
'Cause
Uh,
that's in 10 months, I think. Something like that. It's next year in like April. So, pretty much said what we wanted to say about Game of Thrones and took up a
yeah,
little bit too much time, but it's our
yeah.
first episode, so
If you're all caught up on Game of Thrones, for those of you that are, I know I had a few people that weren't caught up on Game of Thrones that heard. They even skipped the spoilers, but I think later in the episode we actually like had little tiny comments like, "Oh, when so and so did this," and like it totally like ruined something for them.
oh,
Like it wasn't even like it's just little comments that we were
yes.
thinking of as normal,
Yeah.
because we've seen it all. So like, oh yeah, like that one time when so and so died, and
Nice.
like someone's like, "Oh, cool."
So your first topic.
First topic, Pokemon Go just came out. I'm having a lot of fun with it, actually. To be honest, I haven't nearly played it enough to really, really, really kind of get into it. I'm like level 6 or something, which is not that high. Um, but I think it's definitely a cool concept.
It's it's
Do
pretty
you?
cool because I was, and so are you. So like Pokemon, we grew up. Pokemon came out, so it's pretty cool to see it go from like the cards in the video games and then to your phone, you outside and walk. You know,
Yeah,
like the
no,
best
it's
Pokemon.
and I think it's kind of a cool little. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's gonna combat all childhood or youth or even middle 20s, whatever, 90s babies obesity, but it's kind of a cool thing to like.
I
So
wasn't even thinking about that at
yeah,
all.
well, like I was kind of thinking of like, what if this is like a subtle, like low key way to like try and get people outside, and like I've already heard of like I haven't
People are
gone.
just gonna like drive around in their car.
True,
They're gonna
but
cheat.
you can drive around, but like
I
there's
think
certain
at the
spots that you actually have to like get out. Like there's Pokemon or whatever, because like you have that little map or whatever that kind of tells you. For those of you that don't know, Pokemon Go is basically like a geocaching version of Pokemon, where you have to use your phone GPS to locate in this Pokemon game app where Pokemon are. You can catch them. You can take them to various gyms to battle and take control of the gym, and those are usually like points of interest, like restaurants or I don't know,
parks, a lot of
parks,
parks.
a lot of parks. Sometimes maybe actual gyms. I don't know. That would be kind of funny. Um,
Get like that monkey one. It's like a
like
Bang Chop or something like that.
Machamp or
Yeah,
something.
get him in there.
Uh,
I
yeah,
haven't had the best time with Pokemon Go because I downloaded it like I don't know, maybe an hour after it came out, and so I was checking it out, caught like a few, and then like I'm still level 4, and from then on when I first downloaded it, it hasn't been working for me. Like the servers are always down.
the system is down. Um,
The servers are always down for me. I even had to like restart. I had to erase the app and then restart again because I didn't know if anything was wrong with my account or whatever because it was frozen. Every time I tried to log into it, it was frozen. So for me,
yeah,
it hasn't been the best. I think I've gotten maybe like 6 Pokemon, but
it's well, especially like
very choppy.
yeah, it's like I haven't even played really. So like our data for our cell phones or whatever just refreshed. So like I haven't like really touched it at all because I was like, oh, I don't want to like screw the data plan. So
Hmm.
like I think like today is like the new data cycle or whatever. So like I've only been playing really on Wi-Fi, which is here and work, pretty much in little spots that I can get it. I've opened it a few other places, whatever, just to kind of check it out. Definitely location is like a big thing. Like it's kind of cool that like water Pokemon will actually be by the beach. Like there's like the
Yeah.
whole like thing. Apparently, I was talking to Taryn, and he was saying that if we go to like the cemetery at night, there will be ghost Pokemon that like actually pop up. I was like, dude, that is cool.
Oh, do you want
Um,
to? Sorry to like interject,
no,
but did
yeah,
you want to like talk about that, like future guests? Because, um, you know, we're gonna be hosts, but we were thinking about getting more people, and Taryn was one of them. Then we were thinking like three people and a guest, someone from YouTube or something like that, or someone we know that we think would be a good guest. So
yeah, no. Taryn, I think episode 3. So whenever I think we're gonna start recording these on Sunday is what we were saying, and
mhm.
publishing them on Tuesday. I think episode 3 should probably be pretty good to go with Taryn. I know he ordered some sort of microphone. I'm not exactly sure what one, but he should have that, I think, within the week.
Hope it's a good one.
Um,
But that's just me. I'm picky about
yeah,
audio
well,
stuff.
yeah, so I mean, I don't know exactly what one he ordered. He was just talking about it. Um, and so I guess, so him, and then, yeah, and then having somebody from YouTube as like a guest, somebody we know. Like I know I have a few people who are like, dude, I would love to go on there and like bicker about something. Especially like I have some like like Aaron or whoever like Sportnet
Hmm.
people who, especially once football comes on, it'll be like, no way, this is my fantasy lineup. This is why this one's better, whatever. But that's for another time.
Speaking of which, this just popped in my head. You want to make a bet
On
because you're Chargers diehard fan, and I would say 2 years ago with football, like I grew up. My dad was a Chargers fan.
yeah.
He and my mom split when I was 5, so like
Oh.
I barely got a little bit of Chargers in there, like visiting him on the weekends and stuff.
Hmm.
My uncle Junior, Raiders fan ever since I was born. Um, and then also my mom's boyfriend now, they've been together for a while, and he's always been a Raiders fan. Benny is a Cowboys fan, so I was like, I don't have a football team yet. Who do I pick? So I decided to pick the Dallas Cowboys. So did you want to make a bet?
Like
Which
who has the better record
yes,
at the end of the season?
which team has the
Yeah, let's do like something
big?
like you want to do a big bet?
Yes, I want to do like a big, simple bet,
That's what I was gonna say.
like
Like
best record,
you do
something like
best
that.
record. Oh, that's what you're saying. The bet is gonna be. I thought you were talking
Yes.
about what we're betting. No, yeah, we do that at work too. I was gonna say we could do like a take the other person to dinner with like should be like a minimum $50.
I was gonna say have a bet of like $100.
Well, yeah, that's what, like something like that. But I figured like a dinner thing would be funny to go and like you have a couple beers, but like it would have to be like a minimum $50 spent on just the other person. So like let's say we went to sushi or something, like you have to
That's a lot of
like
sushi.
that's right. Well, okay, sushi, beers, drinks, whatever. You know what I mean? Depending on where you went to dinner at,
Yeah.
you know. But like a minimum $50 is spent on that person alone. So you're probably dropping $100, right?
Yeah.
Especially with tips. But then that makes it like a little bit of an experience, and you're like, oh yeah, the sushi or whatever, probably sushi. I'm guessing, is gonna taste so good. I mean, I figured that's something that we both like, and
Hmm.
that would be easy. But
So do you want to do that? And
yeah, let's go.
like this
Cowboys.
video as proof?
Videos proof.
Okay.
Episode 2. Cowboys v Chargers. Whoever has the better record at the end of the season. No playoffs included or anything. Obviously, it's just regular season record.
Yes.
Is loser buys dinner. Minimum $50 tab for the other person. Sweet. Bet settled.
It's gonna
Hand
live
is shaken.
gonna live forever in the
Live
interwebs.
in the interwebs.
So
And we could even do some sort of something where we like maybe we could broadcast it or just whatever something to where that makes it onto the
I
show so
want
you
you
see that.
to get like a Cowboys tattoo right
No,
on,
God,
right on your asshole. Just right there.
that's the no, God no. Like Tony Romo, number 9, and like
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of the 9,
Yeah.
that's the anus. Um,
I wonder if someone has that.
God, I hope not.
I kind of want to look it up.
Sounds terrible. Um, but no, so back to Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about it. It's pretty fun. I was already talking to Taryn, and like him and my sister, and we're like, dude, like we want to go, like we want to take like trips to like go hunt Pokemon, like You know, like we want to be okay. We want to go to Avila or whatever. Like we want to
Mm.
go here, this locale, and go like actually spend like half a day because they were talking about all the like little gyms and stuff that are all around them, and it was
Wonder if
like
there's any cool Pokemon up on Bishops.
I wonder. Like I bet either you tried and maybe because it seems like around here, like there's always like the super common Pokemon, right? But like around here,
I wouldn't
what I
know.
heard, I think I read somewhere on Reddit that like they somewhat take into account like your city's history. I don't know exactly how valid that is, but I was
Hmm.
reading somewhere where like somebody had said that they lived in a smallerish town that had burned down a few times, like when the within the past century,
Yeah.
and like they had a bunch of fire type Pokemon around.
I feel like they don't have any chill.
That's
That's
yeah.
kind of
You're,
that's kind of messed
haha,
up.
you're getting burnt again. Yeah. I mean, I doubt it. Maybe they're just in like a hot locale, you know. Like I can imagine,
It,
somewhere
yeah,
in
I
the
don't think if
Midwest,
you're in Arizona, you're gonna find
water
many water
type.
Pokemon.
Yeah, unless you go to like Lake Havasu, and that's about it. Something like that. Um, anyway, yeah. No, so that's having fun with Pokemon Go. Look forward to doing it. Like, I did one gym battle and I lost horribly
Hmm.
because I didn't know how to do it. Like, I was thinking old school Pokemon, like turn based, whatever.
Oh yeah, I
Apparently,
heard
that
they're
is
not turn based.
no. Like, I got rocked because I like waited. I was like, okay, I'll wait my turn, and this dude is coming out
And
swinging.
your turn, sir.
Exactly. I was like, and you start. And no, that's not. It's literally like you tap and tap and tap and tap and like swipe to like dodge stuff. Like you can like kind of swipe around them, I guess,
So
because you're on
you
like a weird like podium platform.
so you need like a sweatband
Yeah, you
when
need.
you walk when you roll up to this park or this fountain or
Yeah,
whatever.
you
There's a
gotta
gym
like
there. You can
crack the fingers. You're like, all right, let's
let's
go.
do it.
And you swipe. And apparently, there's these little bars that kind of like fill up, and then like you press and hold the screen, and it's like your ultimate attack or something that they can't really dodge. Like it still is like super effective or not very effective, but like I got rocked because I totally waited way too long. Like half my health was already gone. And I was like, okay, apparently that's not what you do. And I was like trying to come back and no. And I guess so. What happens is like you kind of like claim it like gang territory, claim that spot.
Yeah, I
Um,
heard there's teams.
yeah, there's
There's like
three
a red,
teams.
blue, and yellow.
Yeah, red, blue, and yellow, kind of like the Zapdos, Moltres, Articuno thing.
I have no idea what those are.
Those are the three legendary birds, Pokemon. Like the first.
Is that what
They're
the?
like it was Zapdos was like the yellow electrocuty bird that was all crazy looking.
Mm,
Articuno was like that like elegant looking blue one that breathed ice, like whatever. And then
the other one was the fire.
Moltres was like the fire crazy one.
I didn't know that.
I uh anyway, so yeah, and so I guess the team thing is like you can actually kind of gang up on like another gym member. So like I guess you have to beat them X amount of time. I'm not entirely sure it works, but like you have like a blue team that claims it, and if you're also blue team, I could go up there and like level you up in a sense by sparring with you. Like
Okay.
I don't think I would take control of the thing.
Hmm.
Like you would still have control of it, but like you can like kind of spar and it like levels it like gets your gym like up in level. So like it makes it hard like it's like as if the gym had like health points. I would have to read
Okay.
more into it, but like then the gym has to like crumble and then you can take it over. Um
So I wanted to talk about
yeah.
possibly, so the iPhone 7 or whatever it's going to be called is coming out. I heard like
This
60
year,
days or something like that.
yeah, like soon.
September sometime. So I was wondering if I should keep sticking with Apple because I'd say about 4 years ago I had a Galaxy S3 and I liked it. It was fine. And then I switched to Apple and I've had an iPhone ever since. So I was wondering if I should stay with Apple and get the 7 or get the Galaxy S7 Edge because I feel like that one's better. It's waterproof. It looks cooler. The screen's like curved. Um, but there were a few things I didn't like. I didn't like how the back is also glass. So there's a lot of smudges and a lot of scratches, but you can get like a case or whatever for it. I don't know. I think it'd be cool to get like a new phone, kind of mix it up a little bit,
Um
have like a new interface
yeah.
to mess with and all that stuff.
I've been wondering the same thing. I'm definitely not going to get the iPhone 7. That's for dang sure.
Why not?
Because they are taking away the headphone jack.
Why is it just
But
have
I don't want.
like Bluetooth headphones?
No, it's. There's other things that can like and I think that's just a stupid move by Apple. Period.
I,
Like I don't like that idea.
I
I
think it'd
have
be
great.
better because it would help with the waterproofing. You don't have this big hole. There's a
Yeah, the
lot more
phone should be
space.
slimmer,
Yeah.
but like still, you're always going to run into waterproofing issues because you have a speaker on the phone. Like
Samsung
that's
has a speaker. They
yeah, I know, but I'm just saying like just the headphone jack alone, whatever. Like you're still gonna have open. I'm looking at the bottom line right now. Like you still are gonna have to have open ports, right? You need like a mic, you need the charging thing, you need the speaker, whatever. I think it's I don't because like I have like those little Bose headphones or whatever I use for working out. I don't have to go buy Bluetooth headphones. What if I don't like them as much? Like I like the headphones that I have. Like I have even like these, right? Like I can't plug in the phone now to my little mix amp for the Astros when I want to play Xbox.
what I heard is they were gonna come up with an adapter so you could put in the
Yeah, a
lightning port
dongle,
and then put your
a dongle. I
3.5
want a
millimeter.
dingle a
Is that what it's
dangle
called?
dongle. Yeah, it's a
That's,
dongle.
that's kind of a dumb name. But I feel like that'd be stupid if you
That
have this like inch and a half connector
that's like the
thing.
life proof thing.
Yeah. When you get a life proof case, they give you a I thought I had it, but they give you like a little cord to screw into the case because the case is farther away from the headphone jack, and then you can plug in your headphones into the bottom of that. But I don't know. I think
I would if I'm sticking with Apple, I think I'm gonna wait until the 8 because I feel like the 7 isn't like a big enough change
mhm.
from the 6 because I have the 6S or whatever.
Well, yeah, the 7S, which would be in 2018, I think, is going to be the 10th anniversary.
No, I think that's gonna be the
So,
iPhone 8.
hmm?
I think that's when they're gonna release the 8. Like that's gonna be the big
Do you
one.
think they're going to drop the S models and stuff and just start going with numbers?
Well, so they have the 6S came out last year.
Mm-hmm.
This year would be 7. 2017 would be the 7S. 2018 would be the 8.
That's, yeah, I thought, for some reason, I thought
Anyway,
they were
so
different.
I think I might wait until because nothing's wrong with this phone. I
That's why I thought about getting
like the Android
the
base like the
7S
Galaxy.
Edge. Yeah, that's what I thought about getting the Galaxy because it'd be new and nice. Because the 7S doesn't. I mean, I haven't seen it, but it doesn't sound like it'll be that much different. I feel like they're gonna need as good as waterproofing as Galaxy has. They're also gonna need wireless charging. I think that's. I mean, they have to have that. It's, it's been a while since they updated that.
Yeah.
And also I don't know, I would like a bigger screen. Like I don't know what the top and bottom sections under the screen are called, but they're a little bit big. Like
Yeah, I know what you're talking
I
about.
don't
Like
feel
I'm
like they
looking at my
need to
phone
be
right
that
now.
big. Yeah.
Yeah, like not even necessarily a bigger screen physically, like
Or yeah, just a
larger
smaller
screen.
phone.
Well, that's what I mean. Like it's not like you need like literally a bigger screen per like the 6S Plus or whatever craziness.
Hmm.
Just like take away some of that space, some of that black space. Like I don't know what you call it. I guess the bottom
The header
is a
and
little
footer.
different. The header and the footer. The bottom is kind of like justified by the home button with the little fingerprint thing, but like I don't know, maybe no. I would say you could put it on the back, but then you run into that issue with cases and stuff. It would be cool if you had the edge, right? Like I think it'd be cool if you could. I don't even know how you do it, but like let's say the S Edge had fingerprint stuff. Maybe it does. I don't know, but it'd be cool if it had it on the edge of the phone, like where that
Hmm.
little screen is.
The Galaxy, since it's a curved edge, you can kind of like flick to the side of it, and then it'll have like a little section for whatever you want there, like your email, your pictures, your contacts, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I've seen it, and like you can like you have like notifications that like pop up on the side and stuff. You have it's like your phone could be like sitting like this, and you could be like, oh, so and so just texted me
Hmm.
or something, or like you don't have to be like what? Yeah, you don't have to like what does that say? Um, Yeah, no, yeah,
Did you hear?
I might go Droid. I don't know. I just Apple's so easy to use, and I don't want to fiddle with stuff all the time. And I already have like a whole bunch of accessories for it. So
That's true.
that's the biggest thing. It's like I've already invested a bunch of stuff into this. Not a bunch, but
Did you hear about? It's kind of random, but that NASA, they got their little JUNO spacecraft
uh
to Jupiter.
oh no, I heard that. I remember like hearing about when they like launched it or whatever, or like
Mhm.
someone was just updating the progress of it, but I
Well,
didn't. Know that
it
they actually,
reached Jupiter July 4th, I think. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
that's like the opposite of Independence Day. Where?
Yeah.
What's up? How
It,
big is it?
I don't know how big it is, but you know, it's there. I think that's our farthest one.
It's got to be.
Farthest like spacecraft.
Juno spacecraft is a space probe. Blah 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 blah. Entered Jupiter's orbit on July 4th.
Wow, when did it?
Dude, it launched forever ago.
Yeah, like 2004.
No, 2011 is when it launched. Maybe that's when they started building it was 2004, but I'm reading
Oh, August
it was launched from
2011.
Cape Canaveral. Yeah. I just want to know how.
Wow, and then 2 years after that, it did like an Earth flyby.
Yeah, maybe that's what I was thinking about.
Jesus.
I want
So
to
it's been
know.
flying for 5 years straight, and it just got to Jupiter.
Yeah. Be a little
That's pretty impressive.
miss.
That's pretty cool.
8,000 pounds.
I really like space stuff, but it also like freaks me out a little bit.
Tomorrow morning at 3:42 a.m., you could see the International Space Station fly by.
Nice.
My dad's been like tracking it and just kind of whatever. And you can only ever see it in the morning or the like very late night because it's like it doesn't have like I'm sure it does, but have like lights and stuff on it. But it has like ginormous solar panels that reflect the sun, obviously, and that's what excuse me, that's what you see when it flies by, is the reflection of the sun via solar panels.
It's cool. So yeah, I just thought the Juno
No,
spacecraft
it's a
was
big
pretty cool.
that's a big like accomplishment. It's been flying for 5 years. That'd be crazy.
Crohn's is
I
more
think
than a
about what it would
bathroom
be like to
disease.
be in space.
Nausea.
Hmm?
So I think about a lot like what it would be like to be in space, or like because
It'd
you
be
hear
cool
about
for 5 minutes, but then it'd be scary because it is, there's nothing out there.
it's just a nothing. It's just a
Yeah,
big nothing.
it's
But like like it's crazy to be they say they age a little bit less or what like because they don't have all of this stuff this that we've created or like whatever the gravity like I don't know like I it would be cool to like go on like a space exploration for like maybe a year or something. I mean I feel like it would suck and obviously you have to like get acclimated to it and go through like some sort of training like
I'd
you know
say 2 weeks. That'd be the most I would want to be out there just for fun.
I'll
Because like
go
the first day, it's all new and scary, and then probably by like I don't know, but like the third day, I think you'd get used to the gravity and stuff, and then you got like a week to like live, and then after that, you're kind of like, all right, let's go back down.
I'll go like a month and we're doing it. How long does it take to get to the moon? I want to go to the moon and back. How long to fly to the moon?
Hours maybe,
About about 3 days. I
3
thought it was gonna be
days.
like, yeah. So I want to take
Yeah,
like a month long trip.
no, I would want to.
One of those weeks would be going like the final thing would be like going to the moon and
Yeah,
back.
I'd want to go to the moon, maybe walk on it, hang out for a day, and then come back. And by that time,
Apollo missions took about 3 days to reach the moon, but the quickest trip to the moon was the okay, maybe not. Quickest damn. The quickest trip to the moon was the New Horizons probe, but that's obviously a different thing. It's not a whole space station,
hmm
which zipped past the moon in just 8 hours and 35 minutes on its way to Pluto. That's like a drive
Oh,
to
on its
San
way to
Diego.
Pluto?
Yeah, that thing was like, bye.
Jesus, that thing
The
is going
moon's got like a sign on it, like those like freeway signs, like
mhm,
Pluto, 274 million more miles or whatever.
trillion.
Shut up about the sun. Sorry, I just talked
Office.
space and it made me think The Office. Yeah, I'd say I think I would. Uh,
Yeah, that was just
yeah, I still say a month because I want to like dick around, and I'm definitely taking a million selfies. But like I want to think like Ender's Game when they're floating in the room thing.
I feel like I would be
Like I want to
I
dick
would
around.
definitely pretend like I how do you pee up there? I feel like I would definitely pretend to like drop my pee and then have it like float around and like hit someone. Just like a little drop. Like, oh sorry. I think
Sorry.
that'd be funny. Or like get I don't know, like a carrot or something and throw it like a dart.
Just
Have other people catch it.
a carrot. How do I leave? There we go.
So do you have any new topics?
Um. Yeah. Okay. So obviously, it's pretty much unavoidable at this point. I kind of wanted to touch base on like what your thoughts on. I mean, I don't know how much you've been keeping up with it, but like the whole like Dallas shooting and just this whole like
Not
pol- police and like Black Lives Matter thing, like in a nutshell.
not I mean, I heard about it, but I didn't like really look into it. I don't know if that's like heartless or whatever, but yeah, I didn't look into it. I don't know much about it. I know there were like 2 or 3 guys. They had like snipers or whatever, and they were just killing cops. That's
Or I mean, maybe I guess this is more of like a
like I thought that was their
how
thing is
you
to like kill cops.
how you feel about like this whole like because this can be this we can go down so many avenues. It's
Go
like
for it, all of
a
them.
all of the avenues. Well, okay, so the first off thing is, people are like everyone's getting so mad at cops, right? My biggest thing is no matter what, obviously cops are, you're gonna have good and bad cops, but the thing that boils down to is you have good and bad people.
Yeah.
You also have good people that make mistakes, which end up costing lives sometimes.
Okay.
I guess my frustration is it's like like you can't it's just like if we were to turn this into a race thing, like you can't judge or condemn a whole group of people
I,
because of the actions of a few.
yeah. That's
I feel like that's what I don't. So I
so. What
saw
was the? It sounded like you were gonna ask me a question.
like just kind of what your stance on this thing was. So I saw something about like on the BET Awards, and it was like I can't even remember the actor's name. But he gave this cool speech. It was moving, um, but
Everyone liked. I remember everyone liked it.
so oh, okay, Jesse Williams. His middle name is Wesley also. Um, he gave a good speech. I listened to his awesome speech, but the thing that's frustrating is like people are so uneducated today and like want to rally behind things just to rally behind them. Like I think of like the Ferguson thing, right? Like that whole thing was uncalled for. It was just senseless violence and destruction for like to me that when I see that kind of stuff, I'm like that really does not make me want to respect your cause. Like
Mm-hmm.
I doubt that MLK had this in mind when they were doing all the peace marches, etc. Like that's like when you're like, okay, we're protesting or whatever this and this and this, and like we need to be treated better or equally or etc. But then you're gonna go and like destroy things or And I understand this cop killing thing apparently was or they're saying it's unrelated. Like these were people who just because what was happening
I
was it
thought it
was a
was.
protest in Dallas,
Yeah.
so there's like a peaceful protest in Dallas, and the people
Okay.
that killed the cops wanted to kill the cops for probably because of these killings that have been going on lately, but it
Mm-hmm.
had nothing to do with the protest itself. It's not
No, they
like
were
they
just.
set up the protest and then we're like, okay, we're gonna set up this
Yeah, they
fake
were protesting
protest.
because of. I mean, I'm not. I don't know that guy's name, but actually, I think there was two. That
There's
one,
two.
the one where the the woman recorded herself Facebook
Yeah,
after like the cop shot her
shot at
boyfriend.
him.
I think he was just in the car, and I think the guy in the car told the cop like, "Hey, I have a gun. Just letting you know." Like he let him knew he had a gun, and then when the cop asked him to reach, to get his wallet, he went to reach in his back pocket where it usually
Yeah,
is when you're sitting in a car, and then the cop like shot him. Which
yeah,
like props to his girlfriend. She kept calm for a while after
yeah,
like he got shot. I don't know how
yeah.
many times, but she like
I think he got shot 4 times.
that's a little much.
Well, and the thing too that was like a big thing was
And
like
then also that
there's a
guy who
kid in the
got
car. There's a
yeah,
little.
dude, that was the worst part because I had listened to it. I didn't watch the video, but I had listened to
Yeah,
it from another video, and like she was like being calm, but like kind of starting to freak out, and then all of a sudden that little kid's like, "Don't worry, I'm here." And I'm
don't
like,
worry, mom.
"Oh,
Like, oh,
that
nope,
yeah,
that's no bueno.
that's bad." And then
Um,
also the guy who again, I don't know his name, but he got shot by a cop, but he was being arrested because someone had called him, and he was like
saying
someone
he
had
was
called
like
the cops
harassing
and saying
people
that
or
he
something.
he was selling CDs like out of his car, and he also had
Yeah,
a gun. So the cops came over there, and then they were like wrestling with him and stuff,
yeah, and then they
like,
were saying
and
he's got
then
a
yeah,
gun.
he's
He's
got
got
a
a
gun,
gun.
and then he like again, I didn't see it, but I just heard it. He like shot, I mean, don't quote me, but like 2 or 3 times, and then there was this like 5 to 10 second pause, and then he shot 2 more times, I think. Like to stop, think about it, and then shoot again. I feel like no, that's
Well, okay, so the thing
after
is,
you already shot him, and I don't know where he shot him, but because there was 2 cops, the other cop was kind of on top of him, like on his chest area.
yeah,
So
they were
like
both kind of like wrestling him to the ground.
the only place to really shoot him was like up here, or maybe even
It was
his
like
head.
I think it
But
was like in his chest, stomach area. Like it was his torso.
oh, because yeah,
Um,
a bit
there's
much.
so I think
So that's why they were protesting, I think.
yeah,
Or
yeah, no, that is why they're protesting, and it's like the whole like
and then these people were
Black
just like,
Lives
"Hey, there's gonna
Matter
be cops
thing.
there. Let's go
Yeah,
kill cops."
exactly.
Oh,
Um,
how many died? 10.
uh, well, I think like 11 got shot. I'm probably misquoting it. 11 got shot, 5 got killed,
I think it was
and
12
the
got
rest.
shot, 5 died.
I'm gonna Google it really quick.
I'm pretty sure 12 got shot and then 5 died.
Um, well, okay. So the thing I find frustrating is that,
What do
and
you
this
find it
is
frustrating?
well, okay. So what I'm finding frustrating is that people are using this as means to divide like a nation. Really, like
What's
you could
worse is
say,
people who use it to like gain stuff.
well,
Like
that's yeah.
I mean,
Whoa,
I hate, but
yeah, 12
I mean,
shot, 5 killed.
and maybe it's just, I mean, I don't know. I don't like it when people go on Twitter or something after something happens and they like tweet about it, but they don't do anything about it. They're like, if in this case, this shooting, I mean, you can say, your thoughts and prayers are out to the people. That's nice, but that doesn't like solve any problem. I mean,
Yeah,
not
that's the one like for one prayer.
yeah, I don't like that either.
That's
But
stupid.
I mean, it's not saying you're not thinking about it, which
Like giving them your
yeah,
condolences or
yeah, like
anything, but
that's fine. But what I want to see is how, I mean, what I would like to see is how people are going to make it better.
well, and that's the thing. So like,
And then I also don't like is when people, you know, tell other people, like if I got mad at you and said, hey, you don't even have a tweet about this tragedy, some tragedy that happened. Like I don't like how it seems like people feel like they need to be obligated to tweet about a disaster or something because it's the thing to do.
it's the hot
I mean,
thing.
yeah, maybe they like genuinely care, but a lot of people you go and, on Twitter and you see a lot of fake people.
Oh yeah, because
using it to like gain them.
gain followers or likes
Yeah.
or something
Or, like,
because they're
news.
posting.
Fuck.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. So the media is twisting this into like a whole like race thing
They are, 'cause
again.
I mean,
Well-
I heard about, the shooting and people were dead, and then they chased one suspect in a Mercedes, and then another one died, and then they caught another one or two, and then that's all I heard. So I don't
Um,
know what people are making of it or talking about.
well, it's just, I
So
mean, it's just all these shootings in general recently. Like, I'm not trying to disband or like discredit the Black Lives Matter cause. It's definitely, obviously, a thing that is a continuing trend, and whether or not, other crimes are being reported.
how quick were people asking for the um the religious belief of the shooters and like the ethnicity?
I,
I bet they
you,
were.
I think they had suspects like already. Like by the time like it had just happened, I think they kind of had. It was one dude that was in the army or ex-army, and I think let's go like Dallas shooting suspects. But the thing that for me that's frustrating is like
I know they
people are
killed
turning it into
one
like
guy
a
with a bomb.
yeah. Um, People are turning it into another big race war, which it's not. It looks like
To,
all
to,
three, or maybe it's the same dude.
to me, it
Two
didn't even sound like
dudes.
race had anything to do with it. It sounded like
No, this was like a cop. No, yeah, this was like dudes on cops.
yeah,
But
it sounded
what
like
I'm saying
bad. It
is,
sounded
it's
like
like
bad people wanted to kill cops.
this whole like cop thing is because like a lot of like African American people, black people, whatever you want to call them, whatever's PC nowadays, like have been getting killed. And it's because I mean, to be fair, like you don't see many like the only time I ever see these is like when my super conservative Republican friends or whatever on Facebook share it.
I don't even
Uh,
know what I am. What is it,
well,
Republican or
so what I'm
Democrat? Like,
saying is like you don't ever see like these big protest crazy things like when any other ethnicity gets gunned down wrongly or maybe rightly so, but looks really bad. Like, and I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to sound racist. Like I'm like, dude, whatever. But it's like we can't turn this into another race war thing where it's like blacks versus whites or whatever. Like the one guy that shot that dude in the car with the kid in it,
mm-hmm.
like he was an Oriental guy. Like, are you guys gonna take up in arms against them?
Well,
Like
he's
I don't
he's
know.
he's white-ish, so
Yeah, okay, but still, I just feel like people aren't educating themselves and realizing that it's not like cops v blacks or whatever. Like it's just it's good people and bad people. Um,
I'm sure
I-
they can, for them, because I'm not them, but I think for them that's how it feels.
oh, absolutely, and quite obviously it's a trend. But like my frustration is there's like the same thing that you were talking about, like people tweeting about tragedies and stuff to gain followers, whatever. Like that's exactly what the media is doing. They know that this is a hot issue right now.
If it bleeds, it leads.
Exactly.
It's a
What was
saying.
that from? Nightcrawler?
I don't
Or
know, but
no,
that's like a
that's
saying in media. Like
yeah,
if someone dies or there's a car accident or something,
yeah. That's it's
put
that
it on the
in
front.
exactly. But like obviously everyone knows that this is a hot issue right now. So what's going to get you your views? What's going to get you those like anything about it's like that's the only thing that we're seeing reported, right, or shared on Facebook or anything. It's because it's like this is what's going to go viral if another black dude gets shot. Yeah, that's just going to add on to the
Hmm.
whatever. And so like that's what's frustrating. Like, dude, like other people are getting shot too. Like there's one thing that I read, this dude that was from Fresno, white dude just got gunned down wrongfully, and he's a white dude, whatever. People aren't rioting or anything, like and that's not to say that there's anything wrong with protesting or whatever, but I'm just saying like, it's frustrating that it's snowballing into what seems like a kind of a race war or whatever. And I'm pro Black Lives Matter. Like there's no way, shape, or form where like one of my best friends, my buddy Brandon, who I've known since little. Like he was my first friend, really. Maybe besides Eddie. I'm like like there's no racist bone in my body. I'm like the token white dude amongst all of our friends. Like I mean, you're white, but you're still
You
like
blazing up?
what token? No, but what I mean, like you're white slash Hispanic. Uh, Eddie is like full Hispanic.
Yeah.
Like anybody else, like Ron, like is like Hispanic and like Indian, I think.
He's
Uh,
Indian? I thought
like
he was full
Indian.
blown Mexican.
No, he's like Indian, like some sort of like
I'm an idiot. I was
Cherokee
thinking. I was thinking
Indian,
India.
like yeah, no,
India.
no, he's like Indian, like Native American.
Native American. Okay.
I call it
I'm an idiot.
Indian. I'm like I can't even think of like you're the whitest friend I know. Like
What?
you're the like the
Nick is way whiter
okay,
than me,
okay, Nick's way wider now that you say that, but
and
still,
I'm
you know what I mean. Yeah, but like like it's not like
pretty
it's just
white.
me and a whole bunch of like white bros, dude. Like like it's just frustrating because I'm like, dude, stop. Like, just please take a moment before you just start virally sharing this video and just stoking the fire. That's the frustrating thing about me. And then people, of course, like to spin this off into a gun control thing.
Besides
Other
this
whatever.
podcast, this is the only thing that I like put out, if that makes any sense. And this is the second episode.
You know what it means?
So
That's the only thing
like,
he's putting out.
I
Wait,
hate
no,
it's bro time. Anyway,
back up.
I don't like if I see like people posting things like I don't maybe I'm just an asshole, but most of the time
Promo?
I don't mind, I don't care about it. Maybe
It's not like I'm saying like I hate it when it gets shared.
is that bad to say like I don't care about anybody but the people I care about?
No,
Like here, if some guy came up to you with like a suit and he had a suitcase and a button and he was like, "Here, if you press this button, someone in the world dies."
yeah, and you get like the $1 billion or
I'd
whatever.
be tapping that shit. As long as it wasn't someone I know.
But that's the risk, though. It's like it's.
But the odds, we have like what, like 7.5 billion, maybe almost there.
I would have to say,
I would ask.
It depends on the.
Maybe I'm an asshole. I don't know.
Monetary value, but it would definitely
$1 million a press.
I don't think $1 million no. If it was like
you wouldn't press it one time.
That it depends, but I wouldn't be like.
I would.
If it was
I'd
like
take my chances.
some sort of like if it was like you get $1 billion. But this is what I'm saying is like you only get one press though. Like it's not.
Yeah, but that's like not as risky because $1 million's. I mean, it's a good amount of money, but like you can go through it kind of quick. Buy a new house.
That's what I'm saying.
Boom, that's pretty much
$1 billion.
Nah, that's a little much. That's why I said $1 million a press. I would press it.
Okay, do like $1 billion and like 10 people die.
Like 10 people die per button press.
You only get one. It's like 1 billion people and like a lot of people, or $1 billion and a lot of people die.
How many is a lot?
Let's go 1,000.
They're not all in like a group.
It's
just
it's not like one
people on the
casualty and like 1,000 people die.
For $1 billion?
But it's
with a B?
Yeah. And you'll get, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to make it so it's like it's only one press, not like $1 million.
I think I would do it for $1 billion. That's a lot. That's 1,000 millions. Yes, I would do that. I would press a button and hypothetically and kill 1,000 people if some guy in a suit came up to me and was like, "Hey, here's $1 billion. If you press this button, 1,000 people die, but you get $1 billion."
That's for me. It's tough. I mean,
that's a lot of people.
If it was one person, but like this, just you gotta think about every time you're in your fancy shit.
Nah.
Like, I don't know. It's tough. And what happens if 10 of those people are your family? Then you
sucks to suck. That's really unlucky right there. Just. I don't know. I feel like I would do it.
I feel like there would be some line that I would definitely be willing to cross. I don't know, like obviously that would change. I don't know what like monetary per life value.
If it was like $1 million, no, if it was like $1 billion and they brought in like 4 people and they're like, they all have a 50-50 chance of dying. These 4 right here, I'd be like, ooh, because they're like, they're like right there and they're looking at you and
you're like, death.
Yeah. At least 2 of them are gonna die. So that'd be a little bit more difficult because they're there and you're like, okay, this is a person. But when you're just pressing a button,
I think once you bring like the reality of a person in there,
yeah, that makes a lot.
Okay, so that's what I say. I say same thing, $1 million per person, but you're watching a screen, and it's not like a screen where you're like, oh, well, I'm not gonna press it because that's somebody I know. Like you press it and then the death plays.
Oh, and then it starts playing.
Yeah, and you have to watch it.
Mm.
That would be tough. I had like. And the deaths are completely random. It could be a murder. Like someone could get murdered.
Oh, I feel like that'd make it easier. If I press it and I'm like, okay, and then they're just riding down the highway, and then their wheel just fucking pops off. Then they get, in a car accident. That's how they die. I feel like I would be able to justify that to myself a lot easier than them just like standing in line at the bank and just collapsing.
No, okay, then we're going collapsing or head exploding or something crazy.
Ooh.
No, because then you'd be more tempted to press it. You'd be like, boom! Woo!
No, I wouldn't. Jesus.
I don't know. That's a slippery slope, but I definitely think
so
that...
to wrap up the Dallas thing, it sucks. It's bad when people die, and it's bad. This is my thoughts. It's bad when people die, and it's bad when, horrible people want to hurt other people.
Horrible things.
Yeah.
Yeah, my thing is I just want people to educate themselves and to I want there to be, like I said, I just want people to educate themselves and not just go batshit crazy over the next thing. Like, stop stoking the fire and let's sit here and figure out a real solution to this, rather than just pointing fingers and getting mad. We don't need more Ferguson riot type things going on. Because the thing for me is all of this chaos is just creating more tension. So next time a black dude gets pulled over, I already feel like there's a whole bunch of tension, whole bunch of tension between him and the cop. Because it's all this shit's been going on. We're already high strung because we both know obviously the things that have been going on, and that just makes anything worse. The cop's gonna be way more on edge if homie goes to maybe that's what happened with that one Oriental cop guy that shot that dude. Which sounds horrible because I don't remember his name or anything. But, that's probably, I would imagine, a little bit of a factor that happened there. It was he was probably already on edge because, oh my gosh, it's a black guy. All the stuff's been happening lately. That other dude just got shot or what maybe.
If I was a cop, I think, and I was walking up to a car and there was a black man sitting in the driver's seat, I would, with all this stuff going on, and if I was a cop, I would want to be more careful. Not from him, but I would want to be more careful on what I'm doing. Exactly.
You'd be okay, let me make sure everything's cool and we're cool. But there was that one video where the black rights activist leader dude did the little cop trial and error thing where it was either a shoot or no shoot situation, and I'm pretty sure he failed all three scenarios. It was something along those lines where it was basically this guy who'd led this black rights activist group kind of a thing or something. Maybe I can't recall what group he was a part of, but he did a thing where they put him in three different scenarios, and it was a shoot or don't shoot thing, and he failed all three times.
I think I heard.
And it's just because it was just that's the decisions they have to make, and it's so hard to justify that. And with all this extra tension and pressure added onto them, that's going to probably hinder your decision making skills. But anyway, so moving on from that.
Do you have another topic?
I mean, I can think of one, but if you had one, I would.
I wanted to tell a story. It's kind of awkward because
recently happened story.
Yes, last week on Wednesday or something. So I don't live far from where I work, so I'm let's just go home, get a sandwich or something. So I come
on
home.
Your lunch.
Yeah, on my lunch break. Okay. So I come home. It's only 30 minutes too. So
yeah,
I come home. I go to the kitchen. My mom's in the kitchen making a sandwich. So I'm all right, stuff's already out. Sweet.
Mom, make me a sandwich. No.
So I make the sandwich, sit down at the table. I'm eating lunch, and she's at the table as well. Mm-hmm. And so it was the day after we had posted the first episode.
Okay.
And she was like, so what'd you guys talk about? And I was like, oh, stuff, just random conversations on any topic. She's like what? So then I was like, okay, Game of Thrones. We talked about that a lot.
Virtual reality.
Yeah, I just went over the stuff we talked about. And then she was like, oh, is that it? And I was like, well, and then I thought to PKA, you remember the belly button fucking?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
That popped in my head. And so I'm like, I don't know, if someone asked me what are my thoughts on belly button fucking, I would tell them. And then she was like, what's that? So I explained it.
Oh god.
And also side note,
your mom's Googling this?
No.
Okay.
There's a fetish on where you open someone's eye. I saw it on Philip DeFranco's channel. There's a fetish where you open someone's eye and you lick their eyeball. You just lick their eyeball.
I feel like that would not be very effective for me because I have contacts. I don't know.
Get
away from my eyeball.
Is that
I need to see.
for your eyeball.
Yeah, I
So
need that.
anyway,
Give that back.
anyway, that's like a fetish. So she was like, I said that too, and she was like, "What is wrong with people?" I was like, "I don't know." It was weird. And then she was like, "Yeah, people are weird." You want to know what happened? Like, it was a long time ago. She had this friend named Joe, and he would come over a lot, and he had kind of like sketchy friends.
This is your mom now telling you a story?
Yes, this is my mom
Okay.
now telling me a story. So
Okay.
Joe had, kind of sketchy friends. He was kind of involved into drugs and stuff. So she was like, yeah, this one time we were having a party up here. You guys were gone. We were little kids. And she was like, and this guy just comes up to me, starts like touching my hair, like feeling it. I'm like, okay, that's weird. And so she was like, yeah, he just started feeling. He's like, you have real nice hair. She said, thanks. That's kind of weird though, but thanks. And then he's like, yeah, it's real nice. Would you mind if I fucked your hair? And then she was like, what? No. And then he's like, no, I promise I won't touch you. Just let me fuck your hair.
Like, what would he wrap it around?
I don't know. And that was my lunch. You know those conversations you have with your parents, you think you're old enough for? Like, okay, we're going to talk about, I don't know, something like a sexual experience that, you don't know about. Like, you want to talk to them about something more grown up, and then you realize you will never be ready for it.
No, you never, like, anytime if I'm talking to my parents and, like, the second my mom's like, so your dad and I'm like,
Yeah,
nope,
just,
never mind. I'd never.
You think you're gonna be ready for it. You will never be ready for it.
Like, I do not think I could ever sit there and really listen to, like, either, like, my dad maybe a little bit different because it's a dude, like, and you're kind of like,
No,
okay.
I feel like it'd
But
be the
like,
same.
even still, it was like, it's weird. Like, he's told me a couple stories. I'm like, the whole time, like, yeah, and then I feel the same talking to them about it too. I'm like, I don't really want you to know about
You're
whatever
just
encounters
nailing a
or
bitch and like,
stories.
pulling her hair.
Yeah, mom, I was telling you about this one time. I was like, yeah, what's up? And then I talk to my mom sometimes about that stuff or whatever. She's like, ew, ew, ew. I don't want to think about that. I'm like, yeah, see, let's just not. Let's just
so
no.
that was just
Nice. So, did you actually get a sandwich?
yeah, I was eating the sandwich.
Oh,
I was
nice.
trying to
Eating
eat the sandwich.
thinking about your mom's hair getting fucked. That's
So, yeah, that was a quick story that happened to me. I had to like get it out of my brain.
Oh god, that sounds terrible.
Very terrible.
It made me think of like how you would. So I started thinking about like how you would have sex with someone's hair, and I'm like, would you like wrap it around there? Would you need like some sort of lubricant? And then I thought to The Office when they put the peanut butter on Michael's hair, and he's like to get to come out, and then Dwight's like, oh, it has a lot of calories. He's like, just don't leave it on too long. Oh god, ew.
So yeah,
I feel like you would get like a hair loose and like wrapped around or something like.
No, I don't think you would wrap it around.
Like
I think you would just like. Yeah, I think you would just. Like scoop up the hair.
So like,
and then
you're just masturbating with the hair in your hand, kind of.
You could do that, or you can like hold it some way and like, fuck it.
That's what I mean. Like you would have to like make a little hoop or something, right?
Or you could just bushel it together. The wild man style on that. And just
then you're just gonna get tangled in there. You're gonna get caught.
That's the point, dude.
No,
that's the point.
I'm like, what if I want to be out? Like, no, that sounds awful.
Then you just like back up.
No, because your shit's gonna be like headphones in your pocket. At that.
How angled are your pubes to where they get tangled up?
No, I'm saying your penis is gonna get tangled. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like headphones in your pocket. Like you're gonna have all this hair, right? That's just. It's not like the hair's gonna be straight while you're doing this and it's gonna be all perfect. Like if you're humping a chick's head, like that shit's gonna get all like fucked up, and you're like trying to hold it all together, and you're trying to Rubik's cube fucking this shit on your dick, and like no, it's gonna get all tangled up.
I think it'd be easy.
That shit's gonna get wrapped in there, and you have to chop it off. Like no, I think you'd need to make a loop. Like make a little loop, get a little hair tie, and like you just gotta like kind of like put it around.
Like a hairy pocket pussy? Like a pocket pussy made out of hair? Ugh, that doesn't sound...
So you make like a little hoop, right? Like you get the ponytail action, make a little hoop or a bun or whatever, I don't know. And you like use a hair tie to make a little loop. It doesn't have to be super big. And then you like kind of pull it a little tight and you just kind of masturbate with it. I don't know. I don't know how you would do this.
How would
Nor do
you
I
do
even.
it?
I guess that's how I would do it. You would have to, or like,
I think I would just, collect the hair, like a not like a ponytail, just like a mass, and then just get with it.
God, and that's gotta be so uncomfortable for the chick. Like, yeah, exactly. You're just like, like you're just getting your hair yanked.
Isn't
Like,
isn't that? But a
okay,
lot of
that's
chicks don't like when you come in their hair.
yeah,
So I
that's
feel like you were playing a
something
very
about married
dangerous game.
status. uh, well, no, okay, so like it's different when you're pulling a chick's hair, right? And you're like actually doing her because she's obviously going to be enjoying some of that, and it's different because you're like just pulling it one direction and you're kind of like doing your thing. But like if you're just humping the back of her head, she's just like, what is she sitting in a chair?
No, I think
She
it would
laying
be from
down.
like the side.
That's what I mean. Then that's even awkward because then she's got your fucking sweaty balls and thighs in her
No, she could
face.
like reach back and get a little finger action.
Girl, that's a booty hole. Like no.
So, do you have a closing topic? Because we are getting pretty close to an hour.
Um,
Like, I don't know, maybe a story
Game of Thrones.
or something. I feel like it's late enough into the show to talk about hair fucking.
I feel like it's late up in this.
Anyway, yeah. Do you have like a closing topic? Like maybe something you are excited about within this next week? I just want to say I want to see how next week is gonna go with Taryn, and
yeah, so
that'd be cool just to add like a third person.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Another
I got
thought. Another.
so. I kind of did some constructive criticism research with like people who viewed the show.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so like
Nice.
I went back and talked to like people I knew watched it or listened to it.
Because like the three people I asked, they're like, "Oh, it was okay. It's
So
good."
my
I'm
mom
like, okay,
definitely.
What did you?
Yeah,
Like,
so
what
my
did
mom.
you think about it? And they're like, "No, it was good." I was like,
Yeah.
"Be a dick to me. Like, come on, just
Like,
tell me."
So like obviously my family like is gonna like it, right? They're all whatever. But like my mom was still like, dude, that was actually really cool. She said she was like listening to it or watching it, I can't remember. She even said she got like a little teary eyed because it's cool to see us in like this kind of light. I'm like, Mom, I'm not famous. Like 4 people saw it.
We should,
But
should explained. I hopefully that the overlays, good enough to let people know that it's not just YouTube to where you have to watch it. You can put it on iTunes now, which is really good, and SoundCloud.
Yeah, and I've been sharing that with people too. Just like telling whoever, because obviously the YouTube thing is going to prohibit a lot of people from
because like I don't have
really enjoying it. Yeah, and I have
this.
to sit there and watch this, and like if your phone auto goes to sleep, you can't really listen to it as well. So yes, we are actually on iTunes podcast app now.
A little late, but we're
we're there. We're getting there. No, so obviously family really likes it. My mom's like, I want to be a guest on the show. And I'm like, sure, Mom, maybe we can get you on there eventually, but like let us kind of build up our little kind of repartee and get Taryn in there. Taryn liked it. He loved the whole thing. A couple friends really liked it, saying that obviously Game of Thrones talk. Some of them weren't as caught up. So like, fuck, dude. Like like I said.
That, so.
Well, and they appreciated the spoiler thing. And they're like, I skipped all of that, but like little things like, oh, like when so and so died. Like when I don't want to say anybody now, but like I want to say someone in season 1. Okay, like whatever. Like when that
if you
no name guy
died
died
about spoilers in season 1.
If you're mad about that, like okay, so like whatever. Let's say when so and so Stark died. I'm not going to mention his.
Oh,
like,
Ned Stark.
Oh, Ned. Like whatever. Saying that, like we would say that later as a casual comment, right? And they're like, oh, dude, I heard that, and I wasn't caught up. Okay, whatever.
That's season 1. Like you.
Well, yeah.
Okay,
I mean, that wasn't the
going.
comment. I'm just saying that was like a comment that we probably said about season 5 or something. I don't know. Yeah. So the overall consensus was like everyone really liked it. Audio quality was good all the way around. They, people actually really liked the video and like liked the big screen thing. Like, dude, that was dope. Like, that was cool to like watch along with you guys and kind of see what you guys are doing and whatever. Like, you guys are talking about this as well as watching a video. I think for me personally, when I watched it, the audio on the video was a little loud at first.
Like the video
like
we watched?
like when we were watching Battlefield, it was a little loud at first.
I turned it down.
Yeah, but like you could tell that you turned it down mid thing, like because and plus it's a battlefield, so it's
No,
like
no, yeah.
yeah, like all crazy. So yeah, um, but I mean that's obviously that's going to be like a show to show kind of thing. Like that's I don't know if the video is going to start off loud or not. I think I'm excited for like so overall I mean the consensus was good. I think it's just a matter of getting more people to listen to it. Like I
Mhm.
feel like this, especially this episode already, we already kind of caught a little bit of a stride, and we're talking about like even more relevant things. I think because like
Yeah.
everybody I know now is playing Pokemon Go,
Hmm.
like whatever stuff like that. Really excited for Taryn to be on the show because it'll be nice to have a third person to like, even if it's just a third person, like it's nice to have a third,
Yeah.
someone else to talk and have some sort of opinion, whether it's
Yeah, like a
just going to
third
be,
opinion or
yeah, or
third
someone,
beliefs or whatever.
yeah, third outside of the box thing, like whatever. Yeah, I think it'll be cool once we actually get some
Also,
guests
his
on here
voice is
too.
it's pretty
Very,
sexy.
ooh, yeah,
Put it
like
down.
yeah, like melted chocolate pouring over my hair that I'm about to fuck.
Mm-hmm.
That would just make it hard. I feel like that would be counterproductive. Don't leave it on too long. No, and yeah, no, I have some like it'll be interesting. I have some guests that I kind of want to bring on the show. I thought what would be cool too. Obviously, this is like a show to show thing, but like bringing on people. So like I have a like for example, one of my buddies, Jordan, owns that barbershop down in Slow. It'd be cool to bring him on and like maybe he could like sponsor a show or whatever, and we could talk. Like it would literally be what we're doing now. He would just kind of be a sponsor and be like, hey, so I'm
Yeah.
Jordan from like this part. Like it'd be cool to have like friends and stuff like that. Maybe that work at local businesses come on promote their business a little bit. Maybe we get some sort of something from it too, and then
Mm-hmm.
like we could still talk, like just like any
But we
other
have to
chat
disclose
show
it
does. Yeah, we have
because
we have to be
we didn't
like,
even talk about the CS:GO stuff.
there's always more episodes. We got
It's true. But anyway, in fast forward, these two big YouTubers started a CS:GO gambling company, or it wasn't CS:GO gambling. It was in the game
a
CS:GO.
betting site.
Yeah, it was a betting site. That's what it is. In the game CS:GO, you get random crates, and in those crates are skins for different guns, ranging, and the price of those skins range from like a penny to
Like $4,000.
thousands of dollars. Like you can actually buy those on the Steam store, and then you have to buy a key to open the crate. So then you can go take all your skins, however much they are, and then put them against someone else, and then basically you could do it many ways. A coin flip, like roulette style. You can get in with 10 people and then just spin the wheel. Then whoever it lands on gets the entire pot. And then the more money you put in, the better your chances. So it can get pretty crazy. And there's one YouTuber, T Martin, and Syndicate. And there's also Josh OG, but no one really talks about him. But anyway, Syndicate and T Martin, they hadn't disclosed that they owned the company, so they
and created the website.
yeah, so they made videos promoting it
Something
without disclosing that they own it, which is illegal.
Yeah.
And then also people are accusing him of cheating because he's the owner and he's playing on his
Well,
own
yeah,
site.
and he was like promoting
and
it
you
too. I
can't-
was looking at videos. He was like promoting it as if he didn't know what it was.
Yes, he said.
Or he's
think
like, dude, like
we
I
found
look
this
at this
new
thing.
website.
Yeah,
check it out.
we
I'll put a
found this new
description.
website.
Check it out if you want
whatever. Oh my gosh, I won again! I won again! Obviously, you could rig it if you were the one who made it.
And then I guess there was a video or a screenshot or something of him on a different account than his own account in the Steam store, so he could just trade
himself whatever.
items. And also, every single game or round that goes through, he gets a certain percentage of that entire pot. So if the pot is $3,000, he gets like, I think it was 8%. He gets 8% of every single pot. So either way, if he wins, if he puts his skins up against someone in the Twitch chat, or if they're streaming, if he puts it against him and he's like, competing against his viewers, he's still gonna get money even if he loses. So it's pretty scummy. And then, did you see his apology video?
I saw like little bits and pieces of it where he's like, I actually did. Like he was totally like trying to go back on all of his words, and it's like
for me when I watched it, it wasn't an apology video. It was
like an excuse video.
No, it was like a let me cover my ass legally.
Yeah, that's
video.
what I mean. He was like.
Then he started it off with his dog, like, oh, I think his dog's name's Cooper. Yeah, I think it's Cooper. He's like, oh, Cooper, how are we gonna make this? It was bad.
So corny. Yeah, no, it was terrible. he definitely dropped the ball there. Stupid. Like, yeah, I watched that one like H3 video where he kind of like summed it up
Mhm.
and everything. I'm like, yeah, dude, you can't do that. You can't go on a, you can't make a website. For the layman who don't know what CS:GO is, like Joseph explained, basically these people were betting on, they were taking like things that you can earn in this game and like risking them betting against somebody else. You would flip a coin and like winner takes them all. So it's just it's like as if I had $10 and you had $10 and we flipped a coin and then I got 20. In this case, the guy who created the website was doing the same thing, rigging it to where he would always win the 20, and regardless of what went
Well,
on.
I don't think people know if he rigged it, if he won all the time, but he
But
definitely
like
was promoting
his own thing,
that site without
because
disclosing it, which is that's illegal too.
yeah, because regardless of whoever won the 20, they're actually really getting $12 because or like whatever, like 15 or 16, $17 because he's getting the other two or three because it's like just a fee.
Hmm.
And then not only that, he's promoting his own thing. That would be like if we had this podcast or YouTube channel and whatever and actually got somewhat famous or something, and then we were like promoting it like, dude, these guys are really funny. But
Yeah.
like that would be really hard to do considering you see our faces. But if I started some clothing company and then I was telling other people who like didn't know, I was like, dude, this clothing company is dope. Like,
Check it out.
check it out. Like this, I love this hat they gave me. I love this shirt they gave me.
Mhm.
Hanes all the way. I am in no, and
Yeah,
then like
there's a law saying
it
if
was
you're
just,
sponsored by anything in any way, you have to disclose it.
yeah, you have to say,
You have to put it in the description if it's on YouTube. If you're streaming on Twitch, it has to be. I think now it has to be in the title if you're
yeah, it
streaming
has to be
on
like,
Twitch.
oh yeah, in the title and at least, yeah, Twitch because you don't really have like a description per video. YouTube, it has to be in the description.
Yeah, or it has to be like a little logo sponsored by whatever.
Yeah, like something along those
So
lines.
I'm starting my own CS:GO skin company.
Okay.
It's called CS Bro Lotto. So
Yes, bro.
it's pretty good. Just found it. You guys should definitely check it out.
Yeah, it's
csbrolotto.com, by the way.
in no way, shape, or form are we affiliated with this. We just think it's really cool.
Yes. Spend your money over there.
All of
I'm
it.
gonna check if that's a thing because I don't want.
CS, like promote the site that you this actually a thing.
Yeah.
You're like CS Bro Lotto.
Good. I couldn't find anything.
Yeah, I'm getting CS:GO Lotto.
Hmm.
No results for CS Bro Lotto.
But anyway, is that
Yeah,
episode
I mean,
2?
I think that's it. I think that's episode 2. Join us again. Actually, this is going to be published on Tuesday. It's kind of weird talking in future tense. So Tuesday the 12th is when this will go live. Join us again the following Tuesday, the 19th.
Yes.
Hopefully, Terrence got his stuff up and working by then, and you can hear
Be great.
sweet, chocolatey voice,
Mm-hmm.
warm, velvety deliciousness.
Also, the video is gonna look better because there's gonna be, cards up in the, top corner. There's gonna be descriptions, timestamps. It gives me a day to edit it because I have a full-time job, so it just gives extra time to record on Sunday evening, night, afternoon-ish, and then have Monday and the rest of Sunday to edit.
Edit it, fiddle with it,
Just
make
makes
it better for you guys.
So if you see that we're talking about, I don't know, CS:GO Lotto and you wanted to skip it, boom, there's a timestamp.
There you
in
go.
the
You can
description.
skip the whole CS Bro Lotto because you're like, I have no idea what that is, nor do I care.
All right, so I think
Episode 2.
episode 2. Thanks for watching.